How are you doing? Lee Addison here, or Rugby League coach, as you may know me. This is episode 5 of a special series of podcasts on topics that you requested on Facebook when a couple of months ago I put it out there to you all. I then got over to England, got myself sick, put it on the back burner for a while, but here I am coming back strong and at full fettle. One of your topics that you were very interested in talking about was the Tackle Ready program. And just like the last podcast that I've done, I'm going to go with your comments first and then pull out my sort of thoughts on the back of that. So I asked, what are your thoughts on the Tackle Ready program? For those who don't know, the Tackle Ready program is a program designed for 6 and 7-year-olds to teach them how to tackle. I don't think anybody in their right mind would disagree that is a good way to go. And I think what's really important is when you consider any criticism of this, that we're talking about the administration of it rather than the concept. So, absolute massive fan of the Tackle Ready program. I think most people are. And if not, you should be, because it's, if you like, it's a license and it's a real strong way for the game to go. But there's obviously holes in it. So anybody listening, anybody watching on YouTube, particularly if you're administering this Tackle Ready program, please know that we're having a discussion about the administration of it and where it can improve, as opposed to the concept of the Tackle Ready program. I'm not entering into any criticism of the Tackle Ready program as a concept. Patricia Ann Matthews, beneficial for newcomers and under sixes, but very confusing for under sevens who have already done the program, as they have to go back to tag again in their second season for 6 weeks. Interesting. Now, there are some jurisdictions out there in Rugby League who put things out that they don't like to hear the responses. You've got to look at what your customers are saying, Rugby League, and then use that as your feedback. And one of the best places is Facebook, because people can hide behind a keyboard, they can hide behind a profile, and they're a bit braver rather than sat in a room and nodding, So these are very interesting things. Ben Chu said it was an absolute joke. Coach my son's under sevens team. First year was all tackle. Next year they had to do OzTag rules, but also the Tackle Ready program. The kids were so confused. Maybe that's a teething problem, to be fair, Ben. And in your comment there, you're saying it's an absolute joke. I'm not sure, respectfully, what you think is a joke. Is it that it was confusing or that it was in the wrong order? And I guess that goes back to the whole concept of we're having a look at the administration of it rather than the concept. Ian Richard Bennett, the Tackle Ready program teaches kids exactly what I have taught every team that I have coached for the past 40 plus years. Good, because you know what, Ian? So many coaches out there don't teach tackling and don't know how to coach tackling. So we need 1,000 more Ian Richard Bennetts. It's that simple. If you're a coach who doesn't know how to teach tackling, or you don't teach tackling, reach out. I'll give you all the resources you need, all the help you need, all the mentoring you need, because this ain't going to go away. It's only going to get worse with concussion part of our fabric now in terms of concussion awareness. Neil Barton, I think it's great. The boys loved it and really embraced it. That being said, I've noticed a year later, the boys have regressed no matter what I do. When tackling was new, that they were all about it. Now there's a couple that rip in, rest of falling into grabbing rather than using the shoulders. Okay, I guess the Tackle Ready program and any coaching should first of all focus on safety, shouldn't it? And then after that, you focus on the ability to change your team's dynamic, improve your team's performance. So as long as they're tackling safely, to me, that's the first and priority goal of the Tackle Ready program and every coach out there. Performance comes after that, if that makes sense. Johnny Raceby wasn't a fan at first, but now I am. A large number of coaches and sixes are parents who may not have played. This allows them to grow as well as the kids in skills. And Troy Fisk adds, was about to say the same thing. At first I laughed, but now I think it's great. So that's 2 coaches in the Gold Coast area really support it. And at least you know that I'm being fair here. Anthony and Amanda Dowden. great contributors to this page. Rugby league is a tackle sport. Tackles in capital letters should be taught and taught correctly from the first training session. Don't want tackling? Go play touch rugby league or touch football. There are other options if you don't want your child tackling or getting tackled. Josh Cattell should be in schools to offer alternatives to kids who are not playing weekends and upskills those who are. That's a really good idea. Teach our teachers how to deliver the Tackle Ready program and give them a certificate for it and get it rolled out through schools. What a great idea that is. Josh Cattell, get on the commission. Pretty sure majority of club coaches could provide that Tackle Safe program to kids for the 4 weeks prior to season commencement. The quicker the contact element is sanitized into the kids' training, the earlier they can learn more core skills. Hard to disagree with what you're saying there. Nick Sims, they do it in union here in the UK up to 9s. Personally, I think it gives the wrong impression of the actual game and is driven by greed, keeping as many subscriptions for as long as possible. Again, that's another administration topic. Look, I could go through all these, and some people are saying it's a waste of time. So Tim Coombs, total waste of time, didn't learn anything, spent more time playing games and learning how to tackle. Look, I've been banging on this page for years about coaches who don't teach tackling. I've coached at some high levels, and it's pretty obvious when you're coaching against a team where they've not done any defense and they've not done any tackle technique. It stands out like the proverbial dog's balls. So if our so-called elite coaches aren't doing it, what's happening on the ground? So I'm telling you that I believe that the Tackle Ready program is a great initiative. Whether it's being administered properly, whether it should be administered more, etc., I'll leave open to debate. I don't want to comment negatively if the NRL or whatever don't deserve that, because I don't know enough negative stuff to know. I do know that, at Club A, it might have been delivered well. At Club B, it might have been delivered poorly. Well, that happens sometimes when you get different coaches. That's interpretation of coaching. The reality is there needs to be more of this. More of our coaches need to know how to teach and coach tackling safely. Look, rugbyleaguecoach.com.au is there. Rugby League Coach is here if you're in person or whatever. If you want to learn how to teach your team how to tackle, if you want to learn how to defend properly and safely, please reach out. But there's more help available to you than ever. So overall, I'm saying Tackle Ready program. I'm in support. Let's keep going with it.